Call to the booth. Von Miller is gone. Where do the Broncos go from here? Let's get right into it. Paul, drop that beat.
Call to the booth, Harrison Sanford, Aqib Talib, right here on Altitude TV. Every week we break down the Broncos, and one of the best Broncos to ever put on a uniform is no longer with the team. Von Miller traded to the Los Angeles Rams. We're going to talk about that and the matchup with the Cowboys. Aqib, give me your first reaction when you heard the news on Monday afternoon.
Sad day in Denver, Harrison, man. I know the city was just about as shocked as I was, but at the same time, it's a business, Harrison. So, you know, once that production creeped down a little bit and that money still way up, man, hey, they talking about you upstairs, man. So it's part of the business, man. I talked to Von yesterday. He know that. Everybody know that. So sad for the fans, man, but, you know, it's part of our business.
I think one of the more disappointing things when you think about it, too, when you can't come into this year, there was so much high hopes for the team. Yeah. And the fans really didn't get to see Von with Bradley Chubb, with Jerry Jeudy healthy. Like, the team was never healthy all at once this year to really see what they could be. And if they ended up being a playoff team, which they could still be very much,
right?
Maybe he stays around for that last hurrah.
Exactly. That's what I said. I said the season kind of dictated his exit. You know what I'm saying? If Chubb would have stayed healthy and, like you said, Jeudy would have stayed healthy and that O-line would have stayed healthy and they would have been 5-2 right now, I don't think he would have got traded. I think they would have been like, all right, we got a legit chance. Let's shoot our shot. But, you know, things started looking ugly and losses come upon us. And, you know, the business side of you always want to get ready for next year, man. So I don't know if they clearing cap room or moving money around for a big name guy floating around here, Harrison. I don't know.
If you think about it, I think Broncos fans, yes, it hurts to lose Von Miller, but the return for Von Miller is pretty damn good. A second and third round pick in next year's NFL draft is nothing to sneeze at, especially for a team that could be looking for a new quarterback, a team that's still, trying to improve all around it in its talent positions. I'm sure you're happy with Broncos fans have to be happy with that return, second and third round pick.
Definitely, man. If you're going to lose a guy like Von, man, you want a first-round pick. If you can't get no first-round pick, give me a 2 and a 3 and whatever else you're going to give me. So, I mean, second-round picks and third-round picks, man, they usually become starters in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a great opportunity for the Rams to get better. And they cleared like $20 million off their little deal. So,
Exactly. And he was going to be up for a new contract for next year anyway. So, a great move for the Broncos when it comes to team building.
Right?
Might as well get something for him.
Fifth round compensatory pick or something. Now they get a 2 and a 3 now, you know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Exactly.
You don't got them for 8 games, man. You got a second and a third round pick, man. Who knows if we go into the playoffs or not anyway. Game this week going to determine a lot of that.
Yeah, and we will talk about that in the next segment for sure. But before we get to there, I know there's Super Bowl 50, of course. That's a great memory that you had with Von. Can you give me an inside story or just give me something that they're going to miss from Von just being in the locker room or being a part of that organization outside of what was actually seen on the field?
Man, Von is the absolute team guy, right? So they definitely going to miss all the vibe situations, man. We had Club 58 at his crib. He opened the door to everybody on the team, man. I'm talking about the rookies, the kickers, man. Anybody could come through and hang out, man. So his doors was always open. Christmas time, man, you come in the locker room, everybody got a iPhone 13 on their locker or something crazy. He always give you a dope Christmas gift to the entire team. You know what I'm saying? So he just was one of the best teammates that I ever played with. You know what I'm saying? And he was a great leader. And the main thing he did was he made sure his team was close. He made sure them guys hung out, made sure they was close. So they definitely going to miss that.
Speaking of another NFC contender, the Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Denver Broncos right here in Week 9. When we come back, Aqib is going to break down that matchup between, quote-unquote, America's team and Denver's team. We'll be right back. This is Call to the Booth. Back with more Call to the Booth. Harrison Sanford, Aqib Talib. We had to spend the first segment dedicating it to Von Miller and his departure from the Denver Broncos. But the Broncos also got a win last week. Aqib, who was the Bronco of the week? We haven't done this one in a while.
Yeah, we ain't had no win in a while, but we got to win this weekend, man. Let's get a Bronco of the week, too. Melvin Gordon, baby. You know what I'm saying? Not a big day on the ground, but he got in the zone. Got in the zone through the air, too, man. 2 touchdowns and a win. You the Bronco of the week, baby. Congrats, Melvin Gordon.
I know Broncos fans should be pleasantly pleased with how Melvin Gordon has played. I think Melvin and Javonte have been pretty much split 50-50 with the touches out the backfield, been fairly solid. But that win, Aqib, was great in the moment. But again, Von Miller traded. What does that actually mean for the outlook of this team? Because I think some fans might say, hey, listen, might be time to turn the page and think about draft position. Obviously, the coaches won't think like that, but what do you think?
Hey, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, Harrison. I done been a part of a team, and it was the Broncos, and they started saying, man, we're going to just let the young guys play. Like, I'm like, hold on. Like, you know, damn, is we throwing in the towel? Nah, we just want to let the young guys play a little bit. But, you know, I was in the locker room, and I heard we throwing in the towel when I heard that. So when people see Von Miller get traded, and some people might hear we throwing in the towel. But I will say, man, they got a chance. You know, Judy back. You got some guys getting healthy, man. This a huge game this weekend. You lose this game this weekend, man, you could call it quits. You could close the curtains. They win this big game, this might lead to another win versus the Eagles. Maybe another win at home, division versus the Chargers. So these next 3-4 weeks, man, is going to determine the season for the Broncos just about.
So let's talk about that game. It looks like Dak Prescott is scheduled to be practicing in full on Thursday for the Cowboys, so there's a good chance that he will be playing. So that means CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper going up against his secondary. The guys did fairly well against Terry McLaurin and Taylor Heineke, but Dak, CeeDee, Amari, whole different level.
Totally different level, man. They even got number 1 out there, Lewis. He even making some plays for the Cowboys now, man. So they got a lot of weapons. They running the football good, and they look great as a team with their backup quarterback last week, right? So you felt the energy from Dak, man. You could tell he helped this guy out all week, and the Cowboys rolling. It's gonna be tough to go into Dallas and beat that football team. Tough.
Yeah, definitely gonna be tough for sure. So that's the look on the defensive side of the ball. They're gonna have their hands full. Offensively, though, the weapons are kind of back. Yep. We don't know the status of Trayvon Diggs just yet. Can the Broncos keep pace offensively?
I don't know, man. This Cowboys defense is looking better and better every week. Now, like you said, Trey rolled his ankle towards the end, but I think it's just a little basketball roll. I think he'll be good to go in the game. But the weapons back for the Broncos, man. They ain't look great last week, but they kind of controlled the game, man. They scored when they needed to score. They kind of controlled the game, but they're gonna need more than 17 points to beat the Cowboys for sure.
Yeah, it's going to come down to, I think, them as it come down to much this season, them protecting Teddy Bridgewater, giving them time to operate in the offensive line, letting Melvin and Javonte Williams do their thing. All right, Broncos getting 10 on the road in Dallas. Yeah. 49.5 over under. What you got?
Now, you know I'm a teaser guy, right? So if I was to tease this, I might ride with the Broncos plus 16 because I don't think they're going to go lose by 16 now. But regular 10 on the road, man, I don't know. I'm going to take the Broncos plus 10, man. I think the Cowboys might win the game. I think they're going to win. And, you know, decent fashion. It's going to be like a 28-21, 28-20 game or something like that. I think it's going to be like a 6, 7, 8 point win. I think if you give the Broncos 10 points, man, that'll make it out for you.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good line for the Broncos there, getting 10 with all their weapons back in focus and not knowing the status of Diggs. All right, we'll see what happens. And Aqib, for those who don't know, Aqib lives in Carrollton, not too far from where the Cowboys play. Where are you going to be at Sunday?
I was thinking about taking the kids to the game, man. I don't know. I'm going to hit Dak up, man, see what the sweet situation look like. You know, I got people, Harrison. You know how that go.
Come back next week, week 10. We'll break down what happened in that game, and we'll look ahead to the Broncos' next competition on the field. Aqib Talib, Harrison Sanford, right here on Altitude TV. And if you missed it on TV, find us on YouTube or your podcast app. We'll see you next time.